Hello everybody, Manithral here. Welcome to the weekly update video for OSRS. Now this week we have the Desert Treasure 2, The Fallen Empire. But before we head into that, there is a couple hotfixes in a to-be-fixed cold fix. So at 11:35 BST, players have reported some spells that, like Entangle and Snare, not working as intended. They deployed a hotfix and these spells are working correctly now. 12 p.m. BST, currently the skill guide is showing the player requirements for the Ruinous Powers. This isn't intended and they will cold fix that with the next update. And then at 14:05 BST, some players have reported that some bosses like Corp can't be spec'd correctly after today's update. This issue has been fixed, and please continue to raise any issues that's going on. So the quest for the Desert Treasure 2, The Fallen Empire, is upon us. So there is an ominous warning. If you are a hardcore or a group hardcore player, they advise you to play through the quest on a non-hardcore account first, so there's probably going to be some intense combat through here. But that is the main thing going on this week. The requirements for this, so you'll need to brush up on a few things before you can even do it. So in order to complete, you'll have to have the following quests: Desert Treasure 1, Secrets of the North, Innocuous Lament, Temple of the Eye, the Garden of Death, Below Ice Mountain, and His Faithful Servants. The following skill requirements are as follows: 75 Fire Making, 75 Magic, 70 Thieving, and 62 Herb Lore. 60 Runecraft, and 60 Construction. Now, to get there, I'm sure some of you are familiar with where Nardaw is. All you have to do is head a little bit northeast of Nardaw. But if you are really unsure, just head east of Nardaw and then head north, and eventually you'll start seeing the land go more and more east. That is how you get to the Ancient Vault. So do keep that in mind. But that is also where you started, so keep that in mind. But the best place to go from is probably Narda and then go over. You do have the ruins of Uzur to the north, but Uzir, whatever. But keep that in mind. The rewards are as follows. There's a Ring of Shadows, which gives a small buff to all combat styles for attack, but also a little bit magic and defense. But it also, for the other bonuses, there is a melee strength of 2 and a prayer strength of 2, so there is things about that. And then there's also 4 other rings, the Ultor, Bellator, Venador, and Magus rings. And I'm pretty sure, as you can tell, each one has their own little special buff to them. Bellator is a slash ring, which is a melee ring, so it also gives a melee strength of 6 and a slash of 20. Magus gives magic of 15 and a magic damage of 2%. Ultor ring gives a melee strength of 12. And Venador ring gives a range of 10 and a range strength of 2. So those are things to keep in mind. Each box drops a specific untradeable vestige. So depending on the boss you are killing, this will be Bellator, Magus, Ultor, or Venador vestige. So they also drop tradable bars. These are not specific. All the bosses can drop the same exact bars, or your Fremennik rings can be broken down to provide the respective icon. You'll want the icon that corresponds to the ring you're trying to make. So that's another thing. So you want a Warrior's icon for Bellator, Seers for Magus, Berserker for Ultor, and Archers for Venador. So something to keep in mind. We also have the Virtus robes that are coming through this. So the Virtus mask, obviously most of this is going to be for the defense category, but the Virtus mask gives an attack of 8 magic, defense for stab 15, slash 14, crush 16, magic 6. Other bonuses are 1 prayer and 1% magic damage. Now, if you use magic, ancient magics, you get an additional up to 4%. Now, if you go to the robe top, the attack is 35 magic and negative 11 ranged. The defense is 47 stab, 36 slash, 56 crush, 31 magic. Other bonuses are 2 prayer, 1% magic damage, or 4% if using ancient. And then we go to the row bottom, which is a plus 26 magic attack and a negative 9 ranged attack. The defense is 31 stab, 28 slash, 34 crush, and 22 magic. Other bonuses are prayer again of 1 and magic damage of 1% or 4% if using ancient magics. There is also the Soul Reaper Axe. So the Soul Reaper Axe does as the follows. Attack of stab is 28, 134 slash, 66 crush. No other attack or defense bonuses. Other bonuses, though, are 121 strength bonus, 5 attack rating, and range of 1. The special effects that every attack deals 8 damage to the player and provides a buff, stacking up to 5 times. Player gains a 6% bonus strength level per stack, which caps at 30%. Special attack consumes all stacks of the buff to attack with a 6% accuracy bonus and strength per stack. So that's a pretty hefty stack. This also heals the player by 8 hit points per stack, so you actually want to use this on a regular basis if you are able to. There is also the Ancient Scepter upgrades, which consists of the Blood Ancient Scepter. It is also fair to note, though, too, that these upgrades retain the plus 5% magic damage and plus 10% to ancient magic effects, but will imbue the scepter with new effects depending on the element. So Blood Ancient, well, now blood magics can overheal you by 10% of your hit points. Ice Ancient Scepter, ice magic gains the 10% accuracy on frozen and freezable targets. Shadow Ancient Scepter, shadow spells also drain strength and defense in addition to the target's attack level. Smoke, smoke spells reduce the healing received by 20% for 10 cycles on hit if the target is poisoned. So upgrading the Ancient Scepters have an increased magic requirement compared to their predecessor, requiring 75 magic as well as the usual 60 strength and 50 attack to equip. Alongside this, they will be tweaking the Ancient Scepter and its upgraded variants to behave similarly to the untradeable on death on PvP, and attaching a repair cost to boot. So there is more. There is the Awakened bosses. So this means that in a few weeks, exact days to be determined, you'll be able to challenge the Awake versions of each of these 4 post-quest bosses. To access them, you'll need to consume an Awakener's Orb. These tradable keys of sorts can be obtained as a drop from the regular bosses, so there's still a reason to drop the regular ones. But this is an example of that, which is a new Blood Torva armor from all angles. And as you can see, it looks pretty sweet if you ask me, but that is what they're going for. There is some other changes, so in case you missed it, now you're able to reorder your characters on the Jagex launcher if you're using a Jagex account, which is nice. Players no longer need to enter their bank pin after hopping worlds, assuming they have a relevant setting toggle. For players using the C++ client, you'll be required to re-enter your pin if you close and reopen the client, and they're working to fix that. Your hairstyles will no longer lose volume if you died wearing certain headgear. Leaves trimmed off the farming patches are now tracked in the loot tracker on the C++ client. They recently added 4 new official client to the Jagex launcher. Oh, they added their new official client to the Jagex launcher, so check out this post for more information. Players are no longer able to use the kept on death keys to drop items that are not usually dropped on death, such as the Iron Man armor, into gravestones. And then PvP rule Rhoda has moved to period B, so you got 560 UK PvP, 319 US Bounty Hunter, 579 US high risk PvP, 561 UK free to play PvP, 580 US LMS competitive, Rule 390 AUS for LMS competitive has been deactivated this Rhoda. Same with 569 AUS for Bounty Hunter has also been deactivated for this Rhoda. The PvP arena is using the Zerker loadout for the ranked duels and tournaments this week. So that is it for this week, but we got big quest and a lot of stuff to come with it. So I hope you guys all enjoy that. And that'll do it for this video. So thank you guys so much for watching. And until next time, later, guys.